Alright guys, I'm a little sick. Jay is sick upstairs. But I wanted to go ahead and cook something. I wanted to bake something. So I was thinking about making some cookies. This is a very simple recipe. My mom taught me this when I was younger. And she used to call them goofy cookies. I'm not really sure why she called them goofy cookies. But it's just a simple 3 ingredient peanut butter cookie. I've seen the recipe online multiple times, but yeah, my mom taught me how to do this. So, very simple. All you're gonna need is a bowl to mix it in, a pan, like a baking sheet, parchment paper if you want to put the cookies on that, or you can just spray the pan, whatever. I set the oven at 350. It is now preheating, and you're going to need some peanut butter, 1 egg, and 1 cup of sugar, and that is all you need. So you can use creamy or you can use crunchy. It's up to you. I do prefer the creamy for these cookies, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so let's say the worst part of making these cookies is honestly getting it all mixed together. It's very tedious. You can use a mixer, but I feel like if you use a mixer, it's honestly way more messy because it just sticks to the mixing things. And it's a lot easier just to stir it with a spoon, a fork, or something. Alright, so 1 cup of peanut butter into our bowl. And just try to scrape as much out as you can. It's probably all I'm gonna get, but that's fine. Go ahead and put your thing in the sink. Alright, 1 cup of sugar. Put that to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape some of that off. Alright, and 1 egg. Crack it, discard it, and now we're just going to get this mixed up until it's all incorporated. Like I said, if you want to bring out a mixer, you totally can, but it just sticks, and what I feel like it makes more of a mess because like when you have the two mixers going, well, the mixer going with the two things, you know, it just gets everywhere. And then it's annoying to clean off. This you have less to clean. But it is thick and it does take a little bit to get it all incorporated. And it can really wear down your hand. So yeah, just keep going until you get all the sugar and egg and everything together. I ended up switching my spoon out and got a little bit of a bigger one. Just so that maybe it would be a little bit easier, but honestly I'm not so sure. Still taking a lot of arm and strength to do this.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so I have a cookie sheet. This one is going to be way too big for this, but if you're making a double batch, this is probably better. It's fine though. We are going to use parchment paper since I do have some. So we're going to go ahead and start by spraying down the pan first. And what that'll do is it'll give the parchment paper something to stick to hold it down a little bit so it's not all bunching up. Go ahead and lay that down. And now it'll stick onto the pan. There we go. Alright, so now here comes the fun part. With your clean hands that you just washed and dried, go ahead and take your spoon, grab a little spoonful of your mixture, just about that much or so, and try to keep these as even as possible. And we're just going to do this and roll it into a ball. Now this is very sticky, so if you don't like sticky stuff, this is not going to be fun for you, but just go ahead and we're just going to continue rolling out some peanut butter balls until all of our cookie dough is all done, spacing them apart. This pan actually might be fine because I am spacing these pretty far apart. If they are not all the same size, that's fine, but you know, these look pretty similar. If you think it a little too much, just pull a little bit off. This one's a little bit bigger, I think. Go ahead and re-ball it and just place it down. And we're just going to continue doing that until all of our cookies are done. But yeah, the key is to try to do consistency with the sizes, because if you don't, some might be cooked before others are done, and just some will be, yeah, a little doughy, and some will be more cooked and everything. So try to get them around the same size. All right. Now I'm just going to continue to do this and I'll be back. Alright, we are done. I am going to wash my hands real quick. So just go ahead and wash your hands again. If you are done making all your balls. If you have another pan to make, then, you know, go ahead and finish that up. But I'm going to go ahead and dry my hands off. And we're going to grab a fork and some sugar. Alright, so take your fork. And we're just going to make little cross hatches into them. Alright, now this is optional. You don't have to do this. I mean, you don't have to do the cross hatching either if you really don't want to. But I like to take a little bit of sugar on a fork and then just kind of like sprinkle it on top of each cookie. I feel like sometimes you gotta add a little extra on some of them. But this is like what my mom taught me. You don't have to do this extra sugar on top. These cookies are already pretty sweet. Very peanut buttery. Honestly, like, these are probably the best peanut butter cookies I've ever had. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven and let it bake for about 6 to 8 minutes. Could be 10. I have the oven preheated at 350. You really just want to check on it, and you want to take them out a few minutes before you think they're done. That's how I always do my cookies. Just a few minutes, and then once, because that way they'll cool down and they'll cook a little bit more. Alright, so our oven has been preheating at 350. We're going to go ahead and put them in. And I will set a timer for about 6 minutes, or probably about 7, and I'll get back to you guys and see if they're done. Alright guys, my timer went off. They are definitely not done yet, but they smell amazing. I'm going to go ahead and let them cook for about 2 to 3 more minutes. I just feel like you have to keep your eyes out with these because they do burn kind of easily. Yeah, I'm going to let them cook for a few more minutes and then we'll take them out. Alright guys, I believe these are done. I know they don't look done, but like I said, I like to take them out a little early and let them cook on the hot pan a little bit, and then as they set, these do harden. Like, they're a nice chewy cookie, but I feel like no matter when you take them out, they're always really soft. Yeah, but these do harden a little bit, so I'm gonna let them sit for a bit and we'll get back to it. Alright guys, so I just got a cookie off. It's nice and firm. Yeah, perfect. It has this nice chew to it, but It's nice and soft. Very peanut buttery, very sweet. I definitely recommend making these. Just be careful not to burn them. Like I said, they do burn fairly easy. Very good. Alright, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next video.